Hi everyone, my name is Beck and I'm just going to mute everyone. Um, welcome. Welcome to our Create Your Own Freedom event. It's already the 13th of February, Valentine's Day tomorrow. I hope you're all super ready for it if you celebrate Valentine's Day. We would just love you to feel at home here watching us and hearing our stories tonight. If you've been invited to take a look at this link, someone that you know is thinking that it might be something that could resonate with you, or in fact someone that you know. So thank you so much for taking the time to have a look. For myself, about 2 years ago, I was traveling around Australia when I came across this opportunity. And so I've been in the business now for almost 2 years, and it's been awesome. In that time, it's changed my health and also changed my finances. So if we look around ourselves, we know and we can see that the workplace is really transforming. You only have to go to Coles or to the airport to see that people's jobs are being replaced by machines. And there's a lot of uncertainty in the workplace. Even if you're an amazing employee, there's no guarantee that you'll actually be able to keep your job long term. And what we're finding is people are having to work more than one job just to sustain their expenses. As we all know, the cost of living is certainly not going down, nor is the cost of houses and school fees and all of that stuff. And what we're finding is people have less time and less freedom. And this financial pressure is really causing havoc in our families and in our relationships. So almost 2 years ago, like I said, I was traveling around Australia. I came across a post that my friend had put up about magic beans, and I contacted her to find out what was this all about. At the time, I was completely run down. I'd had 2 failed pregnancies and I had 2 kids just a year apart. And we were two years into our trip, so I was getting woken up so many times at night. I was just living on coffee. I just felt like I couldn't give my all, even though we were living the dream. My quality time with my husband was about 20 minutes before I'd fall asleep watching a movie at night. So I was really quick to jump on these amazing products. And what I found was my energy turned around, that foggy mummy brain lifted, and I felt like I could actually be present again for my family, which was amazing. I knew there was a business opportunity, and as soon as I tried the product, I was sold. I said, I could definitely recommend this to anyone I'm talking to. And that's how my business story started. And I did share it around Australia as I travelled, and I found lots of people who were trying to improve their health, and lots of people too who were trying to make their bank account look a little bit healthier. So we've actually stopped travelling now, and we've settled permanently in Dunsborough. For those of you who know the southwest of WA, it's not a place where there's lots of jobs. So it's been awesome to have extra income during this time till we get established here, and to pay the school fees and grocery bills and all that. So I'm really excited to be able to share this opportunity with other people as well. And to see other people coming into that financial freedom is really exciting. So tonight we're going to share some stories, not only of how the products transformed our lives, but also how the business has really made a difference in our families. So I'd like to hand over now to Carlina, who's going to share with us about our amazing products. So thanks, Carlina.
Thanks, Beck.
Sorry, I just did that by accident, muted you.
Thanks, Beck. Hi, everyone. So thanks so much for joining us tonight. I get to talk to you about our amazing products. Juice Plus came into my life about 14 months ago now. And at the time, I had a lot of stress in my life. And as a result, I was neglecting not only mine, but also my family's health. And I was making really poor food choices. We certainly weren't getting the recommended 9 to 13 serves of fruit and veg into our diets every day. I was actually that run down and tired, I was relying on Red Bull to get me and chocolate to get me through the day. And my stress and anxiety got that bad that I was grinding my teeth in my sleep, and I actually snapped off my front tooth. So when I came across the products, it just made complete sense to me that by flooding my body with more fruits and vegetables, it was only going to help me. And this was a really super convenient and affordable way to do that. So within the first day of taking Juice Plus, I felt amazing. I had so much energy and I felt calm and happy for the first time in such a long time. And I'm happy to say that I haven't had nor needed a Red Bull since. And my anxiety has also subsided, and I no longer get stressed anywhere like I used to. So within a week of being on the products, each one of my kids actually came up to me and separately and said, wow, Mum, you've completely changed. Like, you're not complaining about being sick and tired all the time, and you're not yelling at us. And that was a huge moment for me because I realized just how miserable I'd been making their lives. You know, as mums, we kind of forget just how tough things get, and we tend to take it out on kids. So it was amazing to have them come to me and say that. So these are our capsules. Oops, that's what they look like. We have our fruits, vegetable, and berry. Oh, they're all around the wrong way. So these help bridge the gap between what we do eat and what we should be eating. And what I love best about this is that the ingredients list is real food. So you can actually understand what's in here. There's over 30 different fruits and veggies in these capsules. So the product's actually been around for 25 years, and Juice Plus knew that kale was cool 25 years ago. They're actually the largest growers of kale in the world. The produce is grown on proprietary farms, and we have records of these farms going back 3 generations to show that the produce is GMO-free. The produce is grown exclusively for the Juice Plus company, and it's grown using organic principles. The produce is picked at its peak ripeness, so when it's most nutrient dense, and then it's taken straight to the processing plant. It's not cold stored like our supermarket produce, and it's then put into giant blenders. And we actually keep the fibre in, so the skin, the pip, the flesh, everything. And then it's all dehydrated at a really low temperature to avoid damaging the nutrients and enzymes. And it's then brought down to a powder, so you have a concentrated whole food nutrition. So when we remove the water, most of the sugars and salts come out, which is great for people on low sugar diets. It's then put into a vegan capsule to preserve all the enzymes and avoid oxidization. The product is tested to 1/1 millionth herbicide and pesticide free. So it's considered to be yeast-free, mold-free, bacteria-free. In fact, it's super clean. It's probably cleaner than organic eating because I don't know that the farmers that I buy my organic produce from are testing their end result. So who knows if sprays have blown over from neighbouring farms. Now, our newest addition to the Juice Plus family is our plant-based omegas. Now, I don't know about you, but I could not stand the taste of fish oils, and nor could my kids. And so this product is great for people like us to get our omega-3s. Now, what we've done is we've cut out the middle fish and gone straight to the source that the fish get their omegas from. It's all cold-pressed plant-based omegas, and some of the ingredients include algal oil, pomegranate seed oil, sea buckthorn oil, raspberry seed oil, and I know that from doing my own research that these ingredients actually contain naturally occurring omegas, such as omegas 5, 6, 7, and 9. Now, my kids can chew these up because they're flavoured with vanilla, orange, and rosemary oil, so they literally just chew them up. Juice Plus is actually the most researched nutraceutical in the world. The research and science behind this product is amazing, with around 38 peer-reviewed gold standard clinical studies, which are all published in medical journals. So we're talking pharmaceutical grade research, and so it's completely backed by science. Now, I don't have time to go into all the research, but the 2 standouts for me are that the product is proven to increase your immune system and decrease inflammation. So disease and illness is a form of inflammation. So by eating more fruits and vegetables, it means less chance of getting disease, which means a better immune system. The other standout for me is that the product is safe. So if you can eat fruits and vegetables, you can take Juice Plus. It's even safe if you're pregnant or breastfeeding and for kids of all ages. Now, something I get asked quite often is, what is the difference between Juice Plus and a supplement? A supplement is fractioned nutrients, usually synthetically derived, and our bodies can't actually absorb anything synthetic. So that's why we get that bright yellow disco coloured weed, because some of it will just simply pass out of the body. Our product is bioavailable, so because it's whole food, our body recognises it and it's absorbed straight into the bloodstream within 5 minutes, and none of it is wasted. We also have a children's chewable version, which is completely natural with no nasties or fillers. And they're actually made with fruit pectins to give them that gummy consistency. So some natural sugars have been added because, as you can imagine, once all the sugar has been removed from things like kale and broccoli, they don't taste too great. So it's been sweetened with tapioca syrup. So it's only around 1.5 grams per child serve. Now, when you compare this to a banana has around 17 grams of sugar, so it's actually really low in comparison. The best part is when you're taking the product, you can sponsor a child between the age of 4 to 18 to get theirs for free. The children become part of a World Health Study, which has over 1 million kids taking part so far. My kids love these and are craving more fruits and vegetables. And for 2 of my children, they've gone from being in wet wraps and using steroid creams for eczema to being eczema-free just 4 weeks into using our products. The other amazing product that we have is the Complete Powder. This is a vegan protein powder with a blend of superfoods, including broccoli sprouts, spirulina, mushroom powder, ancient grains, and the list goes on. It's approved by the Therapeutic Goods Association, and it's been put into convenient sachets to preserve the enzymes. It's a perfect blend of your good fats, protein, and carbohydrates. These are your macronutrients, and the capsules are your micronutrients. So your body actually needs both of these to run efficiently. So my kids and I actually have one of these blended up with some fruit on the way to school, and it's a great feeling to know that my kids are heading off to school with healthy, happy tummies, and they think they're just having a chocolate or vanilla shake. So when you combine the powder with the capsules, you're getting close to 70 plant-based ingredients into your diets every day, which would be really difficult without these products. I also love that when you're on the products, you get a lifetime membership for free into our Whole Foods healthy lifestyle program, the Juicy Body Transformation. So this is an online program, and it was created by Kira Westwick, who was a top 10 contestant on MasterChef back in 2014. It's loaded with hundreds of family-friendly, healthy recipes. We also have meal plans, shopping guides. We have a detox, a Thermomix guide. We even have a shred component for those people that really want to drop their weight. And we have so much online support as well. So what I love best about this is that there's no calorie counting and no deprivation. It's all about eating real food and creating healthy cultures in the home, which is something that I'm really passionate about. So that's all from me tonight. I'm going to hand you over to Yvette now, who's going to share a bit of her product story with us. So over to you, Yvette.
Hey, thanks, Carlina. So I started taking the product about 13 months ago now, and I came across it actually through a Facebook post. At the time, I was suffering from really bad psoriasis, and I was also suffering a little bit of postnatal depression as well. So had really, really low energy levels, really just didn't feel like cooking like healthy meals or getting up and do any exercise or anything like that. So for me, in the first 2 weeks of taking it, I found that my energy levels increased, and I was sitting at home, at a desk job as well. So as anyone knows who does any kind of desk jobs, they can get quite boring. So my morning would start with an awful lot of coffee. About 2 weeks in, I managed to get down to about 1 cup of coffee in the morning, because I didn't even feel like I really needed it. I was only having it to enjoy. And I felt like I had a lot more energy to get through my morning and through my day as well. With my psoriasis, though, it has always been something that would flare up when I was either stressed or if I found that there was a bit of an imbalance in my body. And at the time, it was really, really bad, to the point where I was scratching it without even knowing, and it would bleed quite badly. So it took about 3 or 4 months on the product to really get into my system. And then within that time, it's completely gone, and it hasn't come back since either. So I'm really, really lucky. I went to a hairdresser I hadn't seen for 2 years. a couple of months ago, and she was really, really impressed with the results. It's the first time she's actually seen me without psoriasis, and the money that I have saved on all the steroid creams and dermatology appointments and doctor's appointments has been pretty cool too. My whole family takes it now, so my husband takes it and my kids take it. My youngest is obsessed with the gummies. I found him with a big bowl of them for lunch the other day and had to explain to him that they're not lunch. So they're like his little treat that he gets, and he absolutely loves them. And we just find now that the kids, they'll, when they do get a cold or something like that, it's a small cold, and we're over it in a day or two. It's not something that hangs around or lingers. And so far, since the end of last year, none of us have been sick, which has been great. So that's so far how we're going on the product, and I'm going to hand you over to Jess, and she's going to share her story. Thanks, Jess.
Thanks a bit. So I've been using the product and following the program for about 6 months now. When I heard about Juice Plus, it totally made sense to me. I've always been really healthy, but it's only because of having health problems in the past that it's made me realise how important it is to have good health. In the past I suffered from being extremely tired, bloated, had allergies to different foods, which resulted in eczema, migraines, and since being a teenager I've actually had crippling lower back pain. So I definitely have learnt from those problems that nutrition was the key, and ever since being on the product I really have found I've had a huge increase in energy, no more brain fog, no more coffee or sugar to prop me up in the arvos. I have the energy to run around after my 18-month-old, and my hair, skin and nails are looking the healthiest they've ever been. I actually feel the best I've felt in a very long time, and to think that I was pretty healthy before, this has definitely taken my health to the next level, which is pretty awesome. The other thing I also love is that it is you can take it all ages and while you're pregnant and breastfeeding. So, my family will definitely be taking this for a very long time. Thanks. And I'll hand back to Beck.
Thanks so much, Jess. Oh, I just love hearing these stories about what our products are doing for people. And everyone has their own individual story, because we all need something different from fruits and veggies. We've all been lacking in some way. That's the thing I'm hearing through everyone's story, is that they're feeling better and just doing life better, which is awesome. Now, when I heard about the business side of Juice Plus, I had a few questions, and often it's the same questions that keep coming up for us. So I'm actually going to hand over to Zoe now, and she's going to discuss 2 of the questions that we often get. Thanks, Zoe.
Thanks, Beck. Hi, everyone. So you may have heard, or you might have a couple of misconceptions that are commonly associated with what we do. And one of them is you might hear someone say, oh, is that one of those things, or is that a pyramid scheme? Well, I can assure you that it's not a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes were made illegal in the 70s, and Juice Plus, the company, has been around for more than 30 years. So if we take a look at the pyramid model, though, for example, you might actually find that it's really common in traditional workplace. So I'll just show you a bit of an example here. So my background is I'm a registered nurse. And when I started in the business of nursing, I came out right at the bottom of the triangle, along with all the other graduate registered nurses. So there's, hundreds and hundreds within the hospital all in that same position. To get up to the next level is usually where the clinical nurses are. And to get to that level, you have to have done extra study and specialise in a certain field of nursing. So there was a lot fewer positions in this level. To get up to the next level, you're looking at area unit managers or the NUMs in the hospital, and again, even less positions there because it was a really specialised role. And then right at the top, only one per hospital, there'd be the director of nursing. So this was the pinnacle position. No one from here ever usually got up to here, in a 20, 30-year period, because the person who's up here is quite comfortable and usually not going anywhere. And it meant that, for anyone to get up to the next level, you're basically fighting with your colleagues to get that higher position, and there was always fewer positions going up to the top. What I love about our company is that you basically come in and it's a rectangle shape. So different to the triangle, everybody starts here at the bottom as a virtual franchisee. So we're all down here. And along the way, as you do better in the business, there's all sorts of promotions going up. Up the top, the pinnacle position in the company is the NMD. Excuse my messy writing tonight. And there are unlimited positions at the top. So unlike that pyramid model, you know, lots down the bottom and one up the top, this company is completely different because there's unlimited amounts of positions. So anybody who comes in has the ability to get to the top. What I love about it though is in order to get to that position, you've got to help the other people in your team. You have to help them do better in order to get up here, and then everyone can get up. And I also love that there's bonuses and incentives along the way. So that's one of the reasons why I love this company, because of the structure, and it's such a supportive network and supportive community, unlike a lot of other traditional businesses. Misconception number 2 is that you have to know a lot of people to be in this business. So I often hear people say, oh, I could never do that. You know, I'm not into social media. I don't have 1,000 friends on Facebook. That's totally a misconception again. So if you look at the way I came into the business, up here we had Fiona. She introduced the business to Louise. She introduced the business to me. I introduced the business to Melissa. Along the way, Fiona's also introduced to other people. Louise has introduced to other people. I've introduced to other people. And now Melissa is too. And as you can see, it has the potential to really spread out, sort of like a tree or popcorn type effect, because it just spreads organically through word of mouth. You're starting conversations, you're recommending a product, and you don't have to know 1,000 people for your business to grow. So I hope I've cleared up a couple of those misconceptions for you, and I'd like to hand you over to Yvette now to talk about how we get paid. Thanks, Yvette.
Hey, thanks, Zoe. So the thing I loved about this business when I joined, and what really made sense to me, was the way that we got paid. I've always been involved in traditional business, and there was only ever one way that you got paid. So that was you had to open your doors and literally have customers come to you. And if that didn't happen, you didn't get paid. If you had a quiet week, well, then, you know, you couldn't pay the bills or you didn't pay yourself. The thing that I love about this company is I don't have to hold stock, and another reason why I found it, I said yes, and why it made so much sense to me is I didn't have to outlay for stock, and I didn't have to hold stock that I was committed to selling, or in case I didn't sell it and I'd be holding on to money. In my traditional business previously, I was holding a lot of stock, and, you know, if we didn't sell that, then it would just sit around and that was money sitting on the shelf. So we've got 3 ways that we get paid in this business. The first one is retail. So the awesome thing with this business and retail is we're literally connecting our customers to head office. So head office take the credit card payments for us, they ship the product, they do all the work. So that's really cool. I found that a really good incentive. The second way that we get paid is through commissions. So as your business grows and as you unlock what we call the beach money, your business is growing naturally, and it's what we call a passive income. So even while you're sleeping at night, your business is literally making money, which again, like I said, was really cool, because as soon as my doors closed at night, that was it. I wasn't making money. So to actually have a business where I could make money in my sleep was pretty awesome. And the third way that we get paid is through bonuses. Now, I don't know about many people these days receiving bonuses, but I know that when I was self-employed, they didn't happen. And when I was employed, they were very rare. So this company will literally reward you at various levels and give you bonuses just for sharing the product, just for talking about your story, and to encourage you at each point as well, and to basically say well done for your hard work, which is pretty cool. So there's plenty of bonuses available as well. So that's in a nutshell how we get paid. And I'm going to hand you now to Carlina, and she's going to share about her experience in the business. Thanks, Carlina.
Sorry, thanks, Yvette. So the business came into my life about 14 months ago. I was really stressed at the time, and we actually have a traditional business in mining. And because of the downturn in mining here in Western Australia, our business was pretty much failing. And we built up a really expensive life for ourselves. We have 4 kids in private schools, and we have a big house, and so life was expensive and we didn't have money coming in. So my partner works away, and I was looking at the prospect of having to get a 9-to-5 job. And with 4 kids and living an hour away from school, that just was not possible. And the thought of actually getting a 9-to-5 job terrified me, and having to put my kids in daycare, that's not what I want to do. Being a mum is my number 1 job, and that's what I'm here to do. So when the opportunity crossed my path, it just made complete sense to me that I could create an income around my life and be there for all those important moments, for school drop-off and pick-up and swimming lessons and sick days and everything else that comes along with being a mum. So I jumped straight in, and I haven't looked back since. It has been the most amazing experience. I've met an amazing community of supportive, like-minded people who have been there to help me the whole way. And I know that because of this business, I'm going to be able to bring my partner home, and he's not going to have to work away anymore. So I'm really excited about the future, and I'm excited to share this with as many other people as I can. So thanks, Beck.
That's so awesome. I love hearing stories like that. And thank you, girls, for clearing up those questions and talking about how amazing this company is, and how we have something really special here. So we're just going to hear from one more amazing person tonight, and then we're going to close off. So Zoe, I'd love to hear your business story. Over to you.
Thanks, Beck. So I came across this business, I'm going into my 7th month now. And at the time I was on maternity leave. I just had my 3rd bub. And I was facing the possibility of having to go back to full-time work because of our financial position. So we were under a lot of pressure financially. We'd just finished renovating and moved, and we had a lot of bills, and we went majorly over budget with our renos. So bills were just coming in, and we couldn't keep up, and it was looking really, really bad. So my options were to either put the baby in full-time daycare and go back to work into a job that I really didn't love, or look for something else. And I don't have any experience in business. I'd never done any sort of retail or sales type business before. So I was really sort of skeptical when I came across this opportunity, and worried that I wouldn't be able to do it. But I found, after speaking with everyone and connecting with this community, that it really doesn't matter what skills you've had, what experience, what background you've come from. We get taught everything we need to know, and we have such a supportive community of people who are in all walks of life and have come from similar situations to us as well. So I jumped in and I said yes, and I'm so glad that I did, because it's meant that I haven't had to put my baby into daycare. I've been able to choose how I return to work, which I was actually able to stay off work until she was nearly 1, and then just return doing some casual weekend work, which means my husband's home to have the kids. And it's just given us a lot more choices, and we've been able to slowly chip away at the debt without putting us under too much pressure and having to really change our lifestyle. So I'm so glad that I said yes, and I'm really, really excited for the future, and I know that this year is going to be just amazing. So I'm just so grateful that I came across this opportunity, and I love sharing it with all of my friends and mums especially as well. So that's my story, and I'll hand you back to Beck. Thanks, Beck.
Thanks so much, Zoe. Well, I love hearing everyone's stories. Just amazing how you girls are sharing that you've got more choices now in life, and that's what it's all about. We only get one shot at this life, and we want to be able to live it the way we want. I guess that's everyone's dream, isn't it? Just to be able to choose the life that you want. So even this week, this business has been a major blessing in our family. My husband hurt his back in December doing some construction, and he's been out of action for nearly 3 months. And so, you know, when our pay came in last week, it was just in time for rent to be paid. And I was even more grateful at that time, because you never expect these things to happen, that your husband's going to be out of action for 3 months. But yeah, it was just the perfect timing to enable us to keep moving forward. So what a blessing. So thank you so much for listening right to the end of this link. Congratulations. You've had the privilege of hearing some stories from some amazing women, and I love hearing these stories. It gets me so excited, and just the opportunity that we have to share this opportunity with other people and to just allow them to have more choices in their life. So if you have any questions, I just urge you to get them answered. I know I had so many questions. One thing I would say is you don't have to be any particular kind of person, and you don't need a particular skill set. You just have to really love people and be teachable, and our system will teach you how to succeed in this business. So if you come in with a teachable heart, you'll be smashing it. So yeah, I just encourage you to get any questions answered, and because this really could be the thing that you've been looking for. It can sound a bit too good to be true, but I can tell you it's the real deal. Yeah, and it's just been an amazing blessing for all of us that have shared on here tonight. So thank you again, and yeah, I hope you have a great week and Valentine's Day, and yeah, I hope to even meet you one day if you decide to jump in with this opportunity. So thank you and good night.